So here I was coming back from the opposing kingdom after somebody started a tracking rally on me. I was just randoming around through K55 trying to wear down the fervor. So apparently that was not such a good place because I'm yet to figure out how, but I was found not 1 minute later, and I I don't want to get into how this happened. It just did, and it's just a game, so we're gonna move on. However, just I like to have these moments actually happen in the game instead of staging them. I prefer live action instead of fake action. So I was just looking around to see what cities are there, and whoops, an enemy is attacking. Oh my god, who is it? I couldn't even see. But I found out real quick who it was by the result and ported away. And now comes the shock, which took about 20 minutes. And now that I got over the initial shock, I had a look at the report, and I want to share with you why it's not a very good idea to go roaming around when you have a near max account roaming your kingdom. Look what happened here. This is the result. You can see he came at me with 1.6 million troops, and I had 7.4 million defense. Now, I cannot share more than the lineup and the battle record screen because stats are prohibited by the chronicler's regulations. So here's how it looks. He came spear inf on my spear cav, so that's technically full counter, and he used the blue dragon, nearly maxed 8 red legion skills. Now literally I have 1 legion skill, so the difference here is huge in amount paid. Let's put it this way. Result, I killed about 500,000. He killed about 2 million out of 7.4. So that's quite a high number, to be honest. Luckily, here, look at the statistics as well. Luckily, it was mainly T3s here that died. So that was pretty good. That's the only good part of this, to be honest. Now, moving on to the battle record, you can see here, I'm sure you're aware by this time that there are 5 lines, 5 groups that fight in each battle, 1 for each of your commanders, and line 1 from you fights against line 1 from the enemy, line 2 with line 2, and so on, right? You also have the rows, it's actually a column, not a row. I called it a row because in the report they actually call it a row. So let's go into the details. You can see here in the beginning that the enemy had reinforcements, meaning that he brought another about 50,000 troops to the battle. He also had reroute, which took away 700,000 of my defenses. And for the first 8 seconds, he is merely attacking my wall. So that's pretty good, to be honest. That means that for 8 out of 40 seconds that the battle lasted, that's 20% of the battle that he only attacked my wall. So I'm not really maxed out in the iron defense, but I was very close to that at that point, and I guess it helps. And probably if I had some better bowman skills and more bowmen, I would have done more damage here. You can see I'm killing about 1,000 of his front line for every hit of the bowman. Now, let's move on to where it started to hurt. This is the Devastate skill of the blue dragon. Now, what it did, it attacked my whole front line, row A, column A actually. The vertical things are actually called columns. But anyway, moving on. So he attacked my front line, which killed 27,000 spearmen. That's alright. But row A, entire front line, has been disarmed and unable to attack for 5 seconds. So if you have a strong front line, both in health and also in attack, if somebody comes at you with Devastate, you are unable to use that for 5 seconds at the beginning of the battle. During these 5 seconds, the numbers will go down. So it's a very strong skill, if I would say overpowered, but then again, everything that is highly pay to win is really overpowered in the game. So moving on, that basically means that my front line was disabled for a while. 5 seconds, that would mean that I should see attacks from my spearmen at second 14. We'll check lower and see if that's the case. If you can see down here, also my third line, which was Inf, is nowhere to be seen. So you can see my cavalry, which was my second line, doing attacks here at second 10. Again, cavalry. And then we have Cersei's skill at 11 seconds. What did this do? It killed about... Wow. Look at this one. So this one basically killed 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 45. That's over 100,000 troops in one 4-star skill. Wildfire causes all allied troop lineups to have 20% chance of missing their target for 4 seconds. So for the next 4 seconds, 20% chance to miss everything. Well, that's fun. What do we have here? Cavalry again. You see here is still the 11 seconds. It's only the cavalry attacking. The infantry is nowhere to be seen. More than 25% into the battle, they have yet to reach the fight. Alright, 12 seconds. We got cavalry attacking. Again, cavalry attacking. Again, cavalry. Nothing else. Cavalry. See? Alright. Cavalry for second 13. Cavalry. Infantry, finally. So infantry joins the fight at second 13 out of 40. So at this point in time, infantry finally joins the fight, which is a little bit late, I would say. Not sure what they were doing. Maybe they were just sitting back in the taverns having a couple of beers. So let's see what else is new. Technically at this point in time, so second 14, I should see the spearmen back in the fight, and as you can see, they are finally back in here. Spearmen doing some attacks here, spearmen. So let's see. I don't think anything major happens going forward. This is just normal commander skills happening, and we've already seen what 4-star Cersei can do. So in my understanding, if you get hit by a truck like this, chances are that I don't know, I was actually considering to swap lines when taking such a solo, but obviously there was no time for me to actually do that. If you look at the beginning of the video, you can see how quick this happened right after swapping servers. So I really didn't have any time to properly think ahead of this. I don't know, maybe we can have a look at the video. Let's see if it works. It should be interesting. That is rather unclear, to be honest, because it definitely took a little longer to take the wall down, as we saw in the report. I like the fact that you can repeat it well, although you are already home. Otherwise, they would probably 0 player out of 10 million troops in one attack. So please, devs, don't do that. Anyway, moving on. This is basically what happened, and my advice: if you have this kind of player in your KVK, be extremely careful. Do additional jumps around, and maybe track the player. Make sure that he is in the other server, and then you know that they are stuck there for 30 minutes. Then you can do something in your own server. I wish you good luck in the coming KVK, and a nice evening going forward. Thanks. This was Nergal.